phones and social media can be a distraction. When they're in the clubhouse, hanging out, connecting with each other, they don't have to use them. If it's working, who gives a shit? I don't care. If it's working, it's working.
Next guest is Swilly. You can follow her on basically any social media platform, Talking Ball, Talking Angels, at Swilly Sports, Swilly. Swilly, great to have you on. And I would ask you how you're doing, but I have to imagine it's pretty good as you follow the Angels very closely, and this looks good right now.
Yeah. First of all, thank you guys so much for having me on. Super stoked to be here. Super stoked to talk about Angels baseball. But yeah, I mean, the vibes are high. Look, we're 2 games above 500. Like, I'm riding the wave while I can. Okay. Like, things are good. Vibes are high. Yeah, can't complain.
To give people an idea of your personality and how you are also unfiltered like we are on this show, can you comment on what you saw over the weekend with Mike Trout and the fan interaction, and how you said at one point that Trout's a much better person than you?
Yeah, you guys saw that, huh? So yeah, I mean, I think that's really it. I think Mike Trout is a much better person than me. The fact that he met with this father and son duo after the father basically ripped the ball out of his glove was very noble and very Mike Trout-esque. I mean, you guys know exactly what type of athlete, what type of person he is. He's constantly interacting with fans, signing autographs, meeting people, giving back, which, yeah, I mean, it's very much him. And again, I don't know if I would be quite that good of a person. So
I want to get your insight now on the Angels right now. What's been working for them so far? Talk us about Kyron Paris, a healthy Trout, Adele. All these guys seem to be clicking right now with the new manager. Can you break it down? What you've seen so far is working for this team?
yeah, I mean, there's so many things. I think from like a macro perspective, I think we're finally starting to see this plan that Perry and the front office have put together of forming a young core, right? You have Logan O'Hoppe behind the dish, who you know you're going to get passion, and you know you're going to get somebody that's going to hit the ball hard and just be such a leader, I think, in the infield. You have Zach Neto, who is in AAA right now, hopefully getting the call up here soon. An electric player, underrated in my opinion, had a 5 WAR season last year. You now have Kyron Paris, who you mentioned. I mean, I could talk about Kyron Paris for a very long time. His story has been super, super inspiring, super fun to watch so far. Debuted at 21 years old, didn't see immediate success, took his talents to St. Louis to meet with the teacher man, who I'm sure you guys have talked about before. Worked all offseason to change his swing, and now we see a 255 WRC plus, which is tied for the highest in Major League Baseball with 40 plate appearances, one of 25 guys with 5 or more home runs. And at 23, he's showing that he has potential to be a solid player. Obviously, the streak isn't going to last. That's just not how baseball works. But I think we are seeing a good glimpse of what this young core can do. And I mean, I think we have some really fun veterans that are at the helm of it all too. I mean, you have Kenley in the bullpen, who, from what I've heard, is watching every single bullpen, who during spring training was watching a ton of batting practice. You have d'Arnaud behind the dish. You have Kyle Hendricks on the bump. And all of these guys have been there before, right? So I think a combination of all of that is super, super fun and exciting to watch. And then, like you said, Mike Trout is healthy. Mike Trout is doing Mike Trout things. Obviously, the average is a little bit lower than we'd like to see, but he's still walking a ton. So his OPS is just fine. I'm pretty sure it's above 800 right now. So yeah, I mean, I think the team is going in the right direction. And I think with a lot of the grumblings that we hear from major media outlets, just from the city of Anaheim with Ohtani leaving, I think it's hopeful for Angel fans. We see a lot of hope. We see what the direction of this ball club can be.
More in a minute, but first, a quick word from our sponsor of this video. Todd Father, I love the way that modern technology has changed the way that we buy, sell, trade cards, even rip packs. They're called slab packs, and they're on Arena Club. No more shuffling through everything. The common cards are all over the place. Stuff's getting folded out and all messed up. Arena Club keeps it nice and tight in your digital showroom. And then when you want that card and you want to show it off, what do? You just let Arena Club know.
Let them know and grab it and take it with you. Show it off online. I think this is huge just because the fact that you talked about cutting the corners. You want to get a card that doesn't break or doesn't have a problem with it, go right to Arena Club. They have everything you need. Easy money right there for really, really good, exceptional cards.
After your pulls are revealed, they'll immediately be placed in your vault for safekeeping or trading and selling. Right now, 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/FOUL and use code FOUL. That's arenaclub.com/FOUL, code FOUL for 20% off your first purchase. And now back to the video.
What is a true Angels fan's thoughts on Anthony Rendon? Now, and we have media guys on here, and they're not going to give us a true answer. And we have players that come on here and they give us the teammate answer, which I respect the heck out of.
Of course.
But as a true Angels fan, what is the feeling amongst Angels fans on Anthony Rendon?
Well, I think lately, at least over the last week or so, I think that we have started to make this connection of we're 9-7. Obviously, we've had a really good start. The last couple of games have been a little tough, but we had a great start to the year. And he's not in the clubhouse. I tweeted about this a couple of days ago, and a lot of people seem to think, well, maybe it's just a coincidence, but maybe there is some sort of tie between the two. I have heard that the vibes do seem to be great in the clubhouse, and maybe some changes based off of who's in there and who isn't in there. But I think we as a fan base generally are ready for the Rendon experiment to be over. And I know that sounds harsh, but it sounds harsh. Like, this isn't like, I feel bad saying these things.
It's not
like, kind
harsh.
of like, I mean, it's like, look, because this guy's a major league ball player. He's seen so much success. He's won a World Series, and he is making a ton of money. But I think that as a fan base, we're ready to move on.
Yeah. Swilly, you don't work for the team. Like, you can say, hey, this has been a disaster contract. But seriously, I mean, you've got a lot of good things going for the team right now. Like, you can say, hey, this has been a disaster. You know, it's bad vibes. Everything around it's been a mess. You know, obviously, he's not happy with his situation, and he's hurt. Like, it would be best if everyone moves on at this point and just eats the contract and goes home. So I feel like that's totally fair. It's not. There's no personal shot there.
Absolutely not. Like I said, this guy is a major league ball player and has seen so much success. Like, who am I to him? You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that it will be mutually beneficial when either the contract runs up or if he retires or whatever the case may be.
Can I get an update on the current kind of pulse of the cell phone policy in the locker room? I feel like all the guys are pretty on board with it from the sounds of it, that they don't have a problem with it. But, well, actually, what do you think about it? Obviously, with the younger generation, everybody's on their phones all the time. How do you feel about it too?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. Like, look, if they're seeing success and, you know, guys like Logan O'Hoppe are like, yeah, we love it, we're on board with it, then who cares? Like, I don't care what they're doing. As long as everybody is bought in and everybody's on board, who cares? Like, I think it's great. And I do think that phones and social media can be a distraction. And, you know, it's not like they walk into the stadium that they're playing at and they have to drop their phones in a bucket. Like, they can still use them. It's just when they're in the clubhouse hanging out, connecting with each other, they don't have to use them, which means they're forced to talk to each other and interact with each other and, you know, play ping pong or foosball or whatever it is. So if it's working, who gives a shit? I don't care. If it's working, it's working.
Yeah, well, you care because you're big on the social. You need them clicking on your stuff, so you need them on them phones.
Honestly, I hope to God that they're not looking at my stuff. I hope they're not paying attention to social media. I think that could
Rendon is.
Well, yeah, Rendon probably is. Good point. I think it's good for these young guys. Like, if they go online and see all of these people that are saying things about who they are as a baseball player when they probably haven't even picked up a bat in however many years, or they hardly even played. Like, I don't want them to see that stuff, because confidence is important when you're young in Major League Baseball. So
that's right. Yeah.
And I haven't picked up a bat in years, and I'm still able to say whatever.
Well, but they're not all made like you. I just recommend for some of the young players, text for mom. Those are usually the best ones. You were great today. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, you made contact with me in baseball. I know you hit into a double play, but
I know you're 0 for 4.
Yeah.
My mom don't send me stick figures on how to hit. So, yeah, I love you, Mom.
That's so good. Swilly, this was great. Thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you on. We'll have you back. Everyone check out Swilly's work all over the socials at Swilly Sports. Thanks, Swilly.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.